YouTube world, back at it once again. It's Instant Classic 8. You know, 2 years ago, I did a series of videos. I think it was titled like A Fan's Plea to TNA, something like that, where I basically was just breaking down what I felt was wrong about TNA. I mean, people do this all the time, but I broke down what I felt was wrong about TNA, and I think I did, what I wanted to see them do in the future and everything. Not really saying they would listen, but hey, I'm just breaking it down for, them and everything. And because I was really concerned. I really wanted them to do well, and it would upset me at that point, so I felt that I needed to speak out on it. It's 2 years later, and I could really care less. Not saying that I've given up. Well, I'm not saying that, Juice, he's my boy, that's my homeboy, but the dirty white boy, I'm not going that far where I say I hope the company should die. I hope the company will die. We need TNA to be around, because, the WWE ain't in good shape either. None of wrestling is in good shape, to be honest with you. But I haven't gotten to that point where I'm just like completely like, fuck it, I don't care. But I've gotten to the point where, it is what it is. Not saying that I'm accepting that, because you should never accept crap, man. That's what, basically they're doing each and every week. This time last year, we were getting a pay-per-view. And in this pay-per-view, we saw Homicide versus Amazing Red. We saw Beer Money versus Machine Guns versus the British Invasion. We saw Kurt Angle versus Nigel McGuinness. Desmond Wolfe, excuse me. Kurt Angle versus Desmond Wolfe. And we also saw AJ Styles versus Chris Daniels versus Samoa Joe. The shit was awesome. It was, and this is kind of funny. If you go back and watch that Triple Threat main event, there was a point in the match where the guys are like, doing moves and everything, and a fan like sticks out. And I've seen this guy at the Impact Zone so many times. A fan pops up and he screams, "This is what we want." And I smiled as soon as he said that, because that's exactly what we wanted. Not as far as like, Triple Threat match with AJ and Joe and all those guys. We just want to see good wrestling. It doesn't have to be the most amazing storylines. As long as the shit somewhat makes sense and we get good wrestling every single week, that's all we care about. This time last year, Hogan signed, and everybody went nuts. I made a video telling me I hate Hogan. I don't really hate Hogan. I don't know the guy. I appreciate everything he did for wrestling. I don't hate him, but I was just giving my frustration about me not wanting Hogan in the company. Now this video is kind of me venting, but I'd rather it be about you guys and see exactly how you feel. Being it a year since he's been in the company, well, technically he has only been on TV for, since January, I think, but technically he's been in the company a year. How do you guys think TNA fares from back then to now? You think it's better? You think it's worse? A lot of people just hate it. They still watch it. If you completely hate it, I don't know why you watch it, but people still watch it and everything, and they give their thoughts, and I agree with some people here, some people there. It's not the best programming in the world. It's not. It was really bad. They'll do good matches every now and then, and I applaud them for the great matches. But a lot of the stuff they do is just stupid. So I just want to see if you guys feel that TNA is better or worse a year after Hogan's been in the company. A lot of people hate Hogan. We've heard about wrestlers voicing out about Eric Bischoff. I also want to hear about that, because no one likes Bischoff. These guys are on TV. They're there as they. It's no good. They got a pay-per-view this tomorrow. They got a pay-per-view tomorrow, and a year ago, Turning Point was awesome. This time, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's a bad pay-per-view. and no one's gonna watch it. That's the bit. Well, not say no one's gonna watch it. No one's gonna buy this pay-per-view. I mean, you got see, this is hard. I can't even remember who's on there. I think it's like Team 3D and Machine Guns. You know, that's fine. You got RVD versus Tommy Dreamer, and Samoa Joe versus Jeff Jarrett, and Jeff Hardy defending against Matt Morgan. Like, no, none of this is good. And I don't feel it's leading to anything good. I don't think they is going to lead to some big, you know, amazing thing that everyone's going to jump up and down about. And it sucks so bad because I want to see this company do well. This is kind of stemming from me. I just watched Impact, and it was no good. And it sucks to see this company in this bad of a shape. They just be doing so much well, you know, so much better. So yeah, I need to know what you guys think. You know, if Hogan and Bischoff and all these guys are better for the company. I mean, yeah, we've seen some great stuff. We've seen great matches. We saw, you know, just off the top of my head, of course, the best of 5 series with Beer Money and Motor City. You know, that was good. And then, you know, we saw like RVD and AJ and RVD and Hardy and all of them. And, you know, it's been good because, you know, since Hogan's been there, we've only had 3 champions. You know, you've had AJ Styles, Rob Van Dam, and Jeff Hardy. That's great, you know. They don't toss their belt around like WWE does. That's wonderful. And I have no problem with those guys as champion. You know, all of them are really good. But everything else in the middle is terrible. I mean, you do the ECW show, which is fine. I have no problem with the ECW show. But then you keep these guys around. For what reason? Who knows? I mean, they're feuding. There's so many factions, and everyone's feuding with each other, and the factions are feuding inside of each other, and no, it's no good. And it really sucks. I mean, I wrote a tweet. You know, I saw some of the show on Thursday, and I had a tweet, and it was just basically like, can we just see Samoa Joe in a good match? I mean, is that hard to ask for? Can we see Jeff Hardy go out there and have a good match with AJ Styles? Or, you know, these guys got to be in a group. Let Desmond Wolfe, and speaking of, no one knows what Desmond Wolfe is, but he might be hurt or something. But just have these guys go out there and just put on good matches. And you can have just simple storylines. You don't have to bring back NWO and put a Horseman group together where they're nothing like the Horsemen, and bring back ECW from 1995 and put these guys together and make them feud. Everyone's feuding with each other, and then the feuds are going. It's all bad. So, yeah, I'm not. You know, I didn't watch TNA in 2009, but I heard it was horrible. So, I'm trying to find out, is this better? I'm not saying it's the worst in the world. I've seen worse as far as from TNA, but it is bad, and it doesn't look good. I mean, they keep bringing people in. They bring in like Mickey James, and they bring in Orlando Jordan. They bring in Kennedy, and they're going to bring in Matt Hardy, and you know, I just want to see better. And I know a lot of you guys are just straight giving up, but I just want to see better. That's all. This is kind of like Plea 2010, I guess. Let me know what you guys think. Hogan, I don't know. I think, who knows? They might be in a better state than what they were a year ago. They could be in a worse state than what they were. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Instant Classic 8. Peace.